Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Uh, Today was a pretty tricky day. I don't know if you guys can see what the time is when I pull this up, but you can see it's pretty late for me. I don't like trading past 11, and I didn't take a trade past 11. It's just that it was very slow today. The market was very slow. Um, I just ended up cutting out the trade. Let's go through it real quick, and then I'm gonna go to sleep because I am so tired. Um, but basically I took two trades, but it was a continuation of a trade that I ended up coming back in. Let's go through it because I traded well, but there's still so many things I could do better, right? So, one, I waited forever to get into this trade. I start trading at 7:30 or at 7:30 for those of you guys who aren't aware. And this trade, honestly, it was so difficult. So let me actually go on replay. This is the time right here at almost 8 o'clock. We're bullish, right? I believe we're bullish, so let's start there. So bullish. We're coming to prior day point of control, right? This day, New York session, Tuesday, bearish pretty much the whole day, right? But this session, Asian session, we're bullish, right? So I always go with the immediate trend, the session trend. But as you can see here, I don't have an entry. This is the moment right here at 7:56 where I was like, I can enter here, but I chose not to. Why did I choose not to? Because I did not trust this setup. The reason why I didn't trust this setup is that even though I've back tested this and I've been back testing this past weekend and seeing that a lot of times if you have a session trend that is clearly one direction, a nice pullback at VWAP rather than value area lows is actually a good entry, right? As long as you show confirmation to continue higher. So I really was about to click the buy button right here, but I was like, I'm still not confident in it, right? And that comes from, again, lack of experience, right? Lack of back testing. I still need to back test more. I still need to see this work out more, right? So that's kind of where that comes into play. And I did not buy there, right? So instead of buying there, I waited forever, right? And it shot up, of course it did, right? Now hanging around prior day point of control, value area highs, right? Look at that. Like I am waiting. This whole time I'm waiting, 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 waiting. So now here I start to see it coming down. And I'm like, okay, cool. Finally, my patience has paid off. I can finally get something. And this is where I first enter. Now, when I first enter, it was absolutely insane the move that happened. Basically, came in, first contract coming in, I think 932 or 933. I mean, we just had this crazy V recovery after what I considered to be selling climax, right? You have this bottom wick here, extremely high volume as well, right? Short term, but then right after that, boom, one move up, right here. So I was like, okay, we got to get in here, no doubt, right? Price is the most important indicator, but then look at that on higher volume. I was like, what the heck is going on? So not only do we get that, we come all the way here, and I realized I had only added three contracts at this time. Normally, that's where I like my normal position size is recently anywhere from like 4 to 9 contracts, right? So I had realized that I didn't add enough, but I decided to take this small win here. The reason why, what I said to myself was I would be a fool not to take something off here, right? Because when you have a move like that, there's going to be a pullback. So I was like, I'm a fool. Let me take it off, right? And that's exactly what I did. And I think that was a good decision. But then what followed was not a good decision. Look at this. What am I doing here? Why am I adding here? Right? And I always look at that too. That even though I had confidence, and I'll go over why I had confidence and why this would work out. I always talk about how I buy high and I sell low, and it makes no sense whatsoever, right? And this was another situation where I bought high. I literally bought right after I sold here. I should have just waited, right? If I really believed in this play, I should have held this, right? And let it continue higher, right? But instead I did not. I sold out because I was scared. I thought this could have been uh buying climax, right? And I bought back in thinking, oh, we're heading higher, right? So that's that FOMO that I continue to have. That even though I've done such a good job over the last few weeks, kind of like curbing that away, it came back today, right? Now, again, I was risking small, three contracts. Our stop loss is pretty tight here, right? But there is no reason for that. So even though it was a continuation play, I didn't need that. I came to my senses here and I bought down here. So the reason why I was confident um in the setup, right? So this was about 10:37. The reason why I was confident in the setup is that this yellow line on the screen, and that is prior day point of control right here. So once we started forming a small base, small dip, right? We came to this area, prior day point of control, for around current session value area high, right? Which now dynamically became current session's point of control, right? So you have two point of controls. You're bullish, right? It's a dip, and now you're starting to bounce. It's a perfect time to buy, right? And that's exactly what I did. So I bought there. I should have re-entered these positions here, but it's fine, right? And then we shot up, right? And I added two more here just because I like to add to my winners. Um, and honestly, I just sold here. I could have been a little bit more patient because this is where I was aiming for. 504. I really wanted 504. 500 was the first target, and then 504 was the next target. So we would have gotten there if I was a little bit more patient. But I was just starting to get tired and fatigued, and it ended up costing me here. So, um, pretty much like a slow and tricky day. A win is a win, right? We traded well again, but I could have done a lot better, right? Again, I could have been more patient here. Right? I was not patient. I was just like, no, let's get out for whatever we have. Um, but also too, the FOMO was there, right? And I think it's a really good lesson for myself too. I really have it when I'm shorting the market where it's like, oh, it's gonna go without me, right? Like the market climbs up on the ladder and it falls down in an elevator, you know? That's how I feel whenever I'm shorting, but it definitely came into play today when I was trying to um, enter a bullish position. So I just need to continuously learn, right? Trading is a game where you're continuously learning. Um, but aside from that, it was another good trade, and we added something new today, which was using this prior day point of control. I don't think I've traded using that as confluence, but today we did use it as confluence, and we ended up getting to our targets. Now, if I had entered here from my original position, I think we would have gotten this move to 504 because I wouldn't have been scared about my average being so high. I mean, that's 10-point difference between this contract and that contract, right? So either way, we learn and we move on. But good, um, good trading today. Doing what we can to improve, right? Bouncing back from those losses on Monday, which is awesome, right? We got one more day left in the trading month, and it's crazy. My P&L for this month is $1.42. It is so funny to me. Like that is what you call a break-even trader. Absolutely break-even trader right there. And that's good, right? Because it's showing progress. We're no longer just losing heaps of money, large losses. None of that is happening anymore. We're maintaining our risk. We're doing what we can to take profitable actions, right? Trading like how our best self would be trading, the profitable version of ourselves would be trading. and going from there. So we got one more day. Technically for me, 2 more days, right? Because today is only July 29th, even though it's showing July 30th here. Um, but I got 2 more days, but technically one more day on the calendar tomorrow night. One more trade. Let's see if we can end this month positive. And then after that, we got one more day until the new week starts in August, and that's when I start trading with increased size, right? And that, of course, that's always going to come with emotions and things like that, but um, I think we're ready. Like, I think we're ready. So, still a lot to improve on. I still have so much to improve on, so much better to get when it comes to trading, but we honestly did the right things today, right? We risked well, we managed our positions well. We just did not have good entries, right? But we came to our senses, entered well one more time, and we took our profit. Again, could have held, could have been better, but we're learning and we're getting better. So hopefully you guys have a good day or had a good day today. Um, FOMC, huge thing, right? So it's already too late by the time I'm saying this, even though it hasn't happened for me. It's already happened for you, but be careful in these markets. FOMC is always a crazy day, so we'll see how that plays out when I get back home from work. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Hopefully, you guys are trading well. And yeah, finish the month strong, guys. We're almost there. Let's finish July strong and keep trading stoically. I'll see you guys in the next video.